I've grown up always knowing that God was there for me. Most of the time when I had reason to rejoice as well, I knew that anything good that came into my life was coming from God. And it wasn't an in-depth relationship, I think, like He wishes it to be. 3 to 4 years ago, I started really going through a very rough period in my personal life. I feel like the Lord Himself started pulling me to Him because I started seeking Him more, going more to church. I grew up Catholic, so I was making more effort to go to church, and I think He was pulling me close to Him, like I said, because He knew I would need Him more in the coming months. I went through a very, very, very tough period where emotionally, spiritually, and even physically, it took a good toll on me. I think that if it wasn't for turning to God, I don't know how all of this would have gone. I started opening up my Bible, which is not really something that I grew up doing, but somehow a Bible that I had not seen for a long time at my house popped up exactly at the time where I needed it. I believe that saved my soul. And finally, I got to a point where I wanted more of God. So I started looking for a church. And I met Arnie. We work at the same place. And we started talking about God. And she talked to me about Peace Tower Church. And I said, okay, I'll visit this church. I came to Peace Tower Church one Sunday morning. That day, the pastor was preaching on the Lord's house. I was like, okay, of all the things he could have preached about, he was talking about God's home being the house where people can come, find refuge, find fellowship, all the things that I needed at that time. And, I felt like it spoke to me. I've been here for a year, and more, I feel like this is where God wants me to be in this season of my life. On the website, I had seen pictures of people getting baptized and everything. And I was like, okay, Lord, I think that's something I'll keep in mind. But I remember that a few weeks before the baptism, I was praying. And at the end of the prayer, in my heart, I felt I heard, okay, so this is now. I would like you to get baptized at this baptism.
He's restored my soul. He's restored my heart. He's restored my identity. Because throughout the years, I had lost myself. I had lost pieces of myself that I never thought that I would find. But now I have found my identity and myself back in the Lord.
That was a request from the Lord, and I felt He was saying that He wanted me to affirm that I was His. I'm grateful for the community I'm in now. I get to fellowship with people that, have a great heart, have a love, a passion for God. I'm really trusting God for what He's doing in my children's life as well, and revealing Himself to them. I know that He has a lot of beautiful things in store for us. If you're in a situation where you feel like the whole world is crashing down, your hope is in God. I've been in situations where I've gone through tough times. I can see the difference in the journey, in the healing, in the recovery. It's extraordinary how God can change the course of things, how He can heal your heart from things that you thought that you would never heal from, can bring you a lasting joy, lasting peace, and that in Him you have hope. The more you anchor yourself in His love, you can have the assurance that your future is in great hands. That's the best choice you can make, to trust Him and let Him do what He wants to do, which is heal you, love you, comfort you, have you walk with Him, have you walk